वेलकम टू अमेजॉन अकेडमी. आई एम विपुल मेहता. कैसे हैं सब लोग? हाउ आर यू गाइज? सो what we are going to do today is we are going to study equilibrium. And hi RS, hi A, how are you guys? And what we are going to do is we are going to cover all the concepts which are going to be important, uh, and basically strengthen those concepts so that we can score well in our final exam of JE as well. Okay, so we have one more attempt and we have to use that attempt properly. Okay, so I think we are pretty sorted in what we want to achieve out of this whole course. And chemical equilibrium, which we are going to cover today, is a relatively easier topic. uh, what I want all of you to do is to understand one thing, that chemical equilibrium, though is an easy topic, you will have easy questions. Not everyone is going to score the easy questions, and that we will see, because at the end of the class I will give you a lot of questions. So every time when we have a class, make sure that you wait till the end of the class, okay, so that you are able to solve the questions as well. Yes, RS, what happened? What happened? Don't get nervous, okay, stay positive. You still have time, okay. What happens? The result, see, you have to wait till the result. You have to wait till the result. You cannot assume that out on 244 what will you get. Okay, so you have to wait for the results, because it is not only dependent on this fact that what have you done, it also depends on one more fact, that what have other people done in the exam. Okay, so let's start the day. I'm Vipul Mehta, BTech IIT Bombay. For people who don't know me, if you have Physical Chemistry by Wiley Publication, I am the author of that book. Okay, uh, please let me know your names: AARS, NG. Today we are going to cover all these concepts: law of mass action, Kp, Kc, factors affecting K, reaction quotient Q, simultaneous equilibria, thermodynamics of equilibria, and Le Chatelier's principle. Okay, so shall we start, guys? All set, all set, all set. Hi Rishi. Hi. So I think we have one more minute to go. We will start in 1 minute. The idea of this class is, hello OP, namaste. The idea of this course is you have to wait till the end of class and then solve all the questions, because I will be giving you questions. Okay. Obviously, you will also understand what is your difficulty, which you will get in JEE mains, because there will be previous year questions. So every time when a class happens, you pay full attention to that and then solve and then see where you are actually. Okay, let's start the day, starting with law of mass action. What do you mean by law of mass action? If I give you a simple reaction like this, just a second. If I give you a simple reaction like this, AA plus BB gives CC plus DB. So if I ask you what is the rate of the forward reaction, what is rate of forward reaction? So rate of forward reaction is equal to K forward into concentration of A to the power of A into B to the power of B, or active mass of A to the power of A into active mass of B to the power of B. What is K formation? This is forward rate constant for forward reaction. So this is rate constant for forward reaction. Similarly, if I give you a backward reaction, for that what I can say, according to law of mass action, rate of backward reaction is equal to K backward into C to the power of C into D to the power of D. Now if I ask you what will happen at the equilibrium, what will be your answer? What will happen at the equilibrium? So I can say at equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. Yes or no? Hello, hello SH. Can I say at equilibrium rate of forward is equal to rate of backward? And if I say that rate of forward is equal to rate of backward, Please, sh, please refresh. So I will get k forward into a to the power of a, b to the power of b is equal to k backward into c to the power of c, d to the power of d. So if I say what is k forward by k backward, that is nothing but the equilibrium constant k. So this is the equilibrium constant k, which is activity of c to the power of c into d to the power of d upon a to the power of a, b to the power of b. This is what equilibrium constant means. Hello, SA. Shall we proceed? If I ask you what is active mass, hi Angie. If I ask you what is active mass for a pure solid, so for a pure solid, good afternoon, for a pure solid active mass is 1. If you are a pure liquid, it is again 1. If I give you an aqueous solution, the active mass is concentration. Concentration is nothing but molarity. And if I give you the active mass of a gas, it is nothing but partial pressure. I think all these things are already covered. I think this is pretty straightforward. Shall we proceed, guys? Shall we proceed? No, RK, nothing like that. Which part, BD? Which part? What? Explain again. Which part? Which part, BD? You want me to explain again? No, so you came late, right? Have to come on time, bro. The time of everyone is important. If I ask you what is the relation between Kp and Kc, so if everything is given to you in the form of, let's say, gas, let's say AA gas plus BB gas gives CC gas plus DD gas. So in this case, the equilibrium constant will be Kp, that will be partial pressure of C to the power of C into partial pressure of D to the power of D upon partial pressure of A to the power of A, partial pressure of B to the power of B. What will be if everything is in aqueous state? So if everything is in aqueous state, can I say this value will be aqueous, this will also be aqueous, this will be aqueous, this will be aqueous. So K will be Kc, which will be C to the power of C, concentration of D to the power of D, concentration of A to the power of A, concentration of B to the power of B. Yes or no? So if I substitute PV equal to nRT, what I get is Kp is equal to Kc into RT to the power of delta Ng. Simple enough. What is delta Ng? Delta Ng is gaseous moles of products minus gaseous moles of reactants. This is pretty straightforward. Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed, guys? We will have a course for NEET as well. Don't worry, DG. Shall we proceed? What are the factors affecting K? So I'll give you a simple question. Tell me the answer to this question. If I give you an equilibrium AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. If I give you the equilibrium like this, okay, so this is the equilibrium given to you. Tell me one thing, if everything is in aqueous state, I'm making it a very straightforward question. If everything is in aqueous state given to you, if I ask you what is the equilibrium constant, that will be C to the power of C, D to the power of D, A to the power of A, B to the power of B. Okay. My question is, if A is increased, what will happen to K? If B is decreased, what will happen to K? If C is doubled, what will happen to K? If D is halved, what will happen to K in all these cases? So basically, if I increase K, I am increasing this, so K should decrease, yes? So in the first case, the answer should be K should decrease, yes or no? No. Automatically C, D and B will automatically adjust if I increase A such that K remains constant. So effectively, K remains constant. Good, people are aware of this. So K depends on temperature only. So when I say temperature only, I can say log of no Tp, it will be same in all the cases. Log of K2 by K1 is delta H upon 2.303 R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. This is Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Where K2 is equilibrium constant at T2, ionic equilibrium next class, and K1 is equilibrium constant at T equal to T1. So K will depend only on temperature. Other than that, suppose I ask you questions like if equations are added, what will happen to K? So if equations are added, K's get multiplied. If equations are subtracted, K's get divided. If any equation is multiplied by n, K becomes K to the power of n. So this is exactly, it is exactly how log works. So log of a plus b is log of a into b, log of a minus log of b is log of a by b, and n times log a is log of a to the power of n. So basically, if any equation is given to you, you have to add or subtract. Just remember log. Okay, I think this is pretty much straightforward. Everything is clear till now. Any doubts? Any doubts? Shall we proceed? Perfect. Now what is reaction quotient? So for example, if I give you an equilibrium like this, AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. Okay, let's say everything is given to you. If I ask you for a reaction quotient, what is reaction quotient? Reaction quotient Q is C to the power of C, D to the power of D upon A to the power of A, B to the power of B at any time T which is not equal to T equilibrium. So the same expression, if you calculate on equilibrium, it will become K, that is reaction quotient. But at any other time, this value will be Q. Now what will happen if you are given the value of Q and the value of Q is greater than K, because K will be constant at a given temperature. If this value of Q will be greater than K, the reaction will go in backward direction. If this value of Q is equal to K, I will say reaction is at equilibrium. and if this value of q is less than k, sad. nahi nahi bhai, nothing like that RK. So in that case I can say that the reaction will go in forward direction. Okay guys, one more thing. Tomorrow from 9 to 10 I will be having a kind of ask me anything session. Okay, it is going to be related to some important queries about how your preparation is going. So it's just a feedback session of how you are using your time daily, because we have given you a planner, we are taking lectures, we are giving you DPPs, we are taking chapter tests, but we have to understand from you whether you are following it or not, and you guys are answerable to me. So tomorrow 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. okay, there will be a special class. Okay, that will be master class. Please come. Okay, all of you. We will be having some discussions. Okay, this is fine. Is this clear? I still remember when I was your age, during the examinations we didn't have the access to all the teachers, so we have to basically put a appointment kind of a thing with the teachers. And since there were so many students, it was very unlikely that you will get from master class SH, from master class, it was very unlikely that we will get a chance to to speak to our teachers. But small things or small pat on the back can help us a lot. So I thought I would speak to all of you guys regarding what kind of things are going on right now. Okay, so please come tomorrow at 9 a.m. Fine, let's proceed. What do you mean by simultaneous equilibrium? Simultaneous equilibrium is concentration of all common ions at equilibrium what happened, DG? Yeah, I know about NEET, DG. The only thing which I said is, see, there are a lot of things which we want to finish. Okay, and we will. Where is the schedule? You go on the live lessons, you will see the schedule, okay, of upcoming classes. Go to master classes. Okay, so concentration of all common ions at equilibrium should be equal. I will just tell you with an example. Try to solve it now. Okay, so for example, I give you A gives B plus C. This is first equilibrium. Then B gives D plus E, and then D gives E plus F. Let's say I give you these equation. I am giving it to you that at T equal to 0, concentration of A is equal to A, concentration of B is equal to B, concentration of D is equal to D. Suppose I give you this question. So how do we solve it? So for example, T equal to 0, this is A, this is B, this is 0. At T equal to T equilibrium, let's say this is A minus X, so this will be B plus X and this will be X, yes or no? Similarly, at T equal to 0, this is B, this is D and this is 0. So at T equal to T equilibrium, let this be B minus Y, so this will be D plus Y and this will be Y. Similarly, at T equal to 0, if I say that this is D, this is 0, this is 0. So at T equal to T equilibrium, this will be D minus Z, this will be Z, this will be Z. Now let's understand how to solve such questions. First of all, take common ion. So for example, this is the common ion. Now equate the concentration of common ion. So what should I do? What will be the concentration? So initially B was present. X amount of B is formed here, Y amount is reacted here. So if I ask you what is total B present, I will say it is B plus X minus Y. Yes or no? B plus X minus Y. If I ask you what is the simultaneous concentration of D, so D is present here and D is present here. So if I ask you what is the concentration of D, I will say I have to equate it. So I will add plus Y here and I will say minus Z here. Yes or no? Similarly, if I ask you what is the concentration of E, so E is present here and E is present here. So it is Y here and Z here. So I can say it is Y plus Z and this is also Y plus Z. So if I say that the equilibrium constant K1 is given to you, that will be B plus X minus Y into X upon A minus X. If I say that the equilibrium constant here is K2, that will be d plus y minus z into y plus z upon b minus y plus x. And what will be the value of K3? It will be z plus y into z upon d minus z plus y. So a simple thing in simultaneous equilibrium is, at equilibrium whatever is common, okay, equate the concentration. So let's do a question on the basis of this. I want all of you to do the question. Okay, so solve this question for me. Okay, this is the question given to you. You are given H3PO4 with concentration C such that Ka1 is given to you, this value is given to you, this value is given to you. This Ka1 is much greater than Ka2, this value is also given to you, and it is much greater than Ka3, this value is also given to you. So let's write the equilibrium. What will be the equilibrium? First step, H3PO4 gives H plus H2PO4 minus, this is Ka1. Second step, H2PO4 minus gives H plus HPO4 2 minus, this is Ka2. And third step, HPO4 2 minus gives H plus PO4 3 minus. Yes or no? Is this clear to all of you? Is this clear to all of you? So for example, at t equal to 0, if this is given to you as C0 0, can I say at t equal to t equilibrium, this will be C minus x, this will be x, this will be x. Similarly, at t equal to t equilibrium, this will be x minus y, this will be y, this will be y. And similarly, at t equal to t equilibrium, this will be y minus z, this will be z, and this will be z. Yes or no? Now let's apply simultaneous equilibrium. So first of all, H plus is present here, H plus is present here, and H plus is present here. Can anyone tell me what will be the equilibrium concentration of H plus? Can anyone tell me what will be the equilibrium concentration of H plus? Yes, guys. What will be the equilibrium concentration of H plus? Yes, guys. dk, dg, sb, x plus y plus z. Very good, RK. Very good essay. Right? We have to equate them. So this value will be x plus y plus z. This will be x plus y plus z. This will be x plus y plus z. Simple. What will be the value of H2PO4 minus? So this will be x minus y. Now it is equal. Similarly, if I ask you what will be the value of HPO4 2 minus, so this is the common ion here, this is the common ion here, so I can say this is y minus z, this is also y minus z. Yes or no? Any doubts till now? Very good, all of you. I think it is clear to all of you now. Now, so can I say Ka1 is x plus y plus z into x minus y upon c minus x? Similarly, can I say this is nothing but x plus y plus z into y minus z upon x minus y? And similarly, can I say this is nothing but x plus y plus z into z upon y minus z? Yes or no? Khush. Okay. So now tell me one thing. If I say that Ka1 is much greater than Ka2 and this is much greater than Ka3, so I can say the number of moles reacted in the first step, X, is much greater than number of moles reacted in the second step, is much greater than number of moles reacted in the third step. So can I say that X plus Y plus Z is approximately X? because x is much greater than y, which is much greater than z. Similarly, x minus y is approximately x, and y minus z is approximately y. Yes or no? So if I use such a thing, can I say that k1 is c square upon, sorry, x square upon c minus x? So I have the value of k1, I have the value of c. Can I get x? One equation, one variable. So I can get x from this equation. Yes or no? Similarly, can I say k2 is equal to x into y upon x? This will get cancelled out. I know the value of k2, so can I get the value of y from this? Straightforward. And similarly, k3, can I say, is nothing but x into z by y. I know what is the value of k3, I know what is y, I know what is x. I substitute and I get z. Yes or no? Once I know x, y and z, can I find the equilibrium concentration of any species? H3PO4, H plus, H2PO4 minus, HPO4 2 minus, or PO4 3 minus? Yes or no? So this is how a question of simultaneous equilibrium is to be dealt with. I think it is pretty clear to all of you now. Is it pretty clear to all of you? Yes or no? Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed, guys? Then Powery. Okay, let's. No, I didn't crack AI I did crack AI Triple E, but I didn't join an institute BD. I was from IIT Bombay. Okay. Okay, shall we proceed? If my interview is done, my lord, shall we proceed? Okay. Now there is something which is thermodynamics of equilibrium. This might be asked primarily in thermodynamics. So let's see if this is the question. AA plus BB gives CC plus DD. I graduated in 2009. So reaction quotient Q is C to the power of C, D to the power of D upon A to the power of A, B to the power of B. This is pretty simple. But if I say what is delta G, according to thermodynamics we have studied, this is delta G naught plus RT ln Q. So can I say that at equilibrium delta G is equal to 0 and Q is equal to K? So can I get delta G naught is minus RT ln K? Also I know that delta G naught is delta H naught minus T delta H naught. So I can write this as minus RT ln K. And if I write it like log, can I say log of K is minus delta H naught upon 2.303 R into 1 by T plus delta S naught upon 2.303 R? Yes or no? So let's understand one thing. If I say that I plot a graph between log of K and 1 by T, suppose I plot a graph. I think a similar question was asked in JEE this year. So basically this is your y-axis. So I can say this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis. So I can say this is x. So is the equation not of the form y is equal to mx plus c? So it's going to be a straight line. What will be the slope? The slope here will be minus delta H naught upon 2.303 R. Now obviously delta H naught and delta S naught can be both positive and negative. So this line can go in actually all the 4 quadrants. I'm just drawing one quadrant. You can draw in any quadrant. Depends on what the value of delta H naught and what the value of delta S naught is. Are we clear? So if they ask you a question between log K and delta H naught, basically you can simply take care of these type of questions now. Shall we proceed, guys? Shall we proceed? Clear? Perfect. Okay. Now we will start with Lee Chatelier principle. Very important. And after this Le-Chatelier principle, what we are going to do is we are going to start with questions. Okay. So if I ask you what is Le-Chatelier principle, the equilibrium will go in the direction which opposes the change made. So I've also given an example of Batman and Joker. So basically, Le-Chatelier is following the principle of Joker. Whatever Batman is going to do, Joker is just going to be opposite of that. So if you are going to increase the temperature, it will push the reaction so that temperature decreases. If you are going to increase the pressure, it will push the reaction so that the pressure decreases. Whatever we are going to do, it is going to reverse the outcome of that reaction. It is going to push the reaction in that direction. So let's see what are the different cases for Le-Chatelier's principle. Okay, let's do our first question. So first question is all of these are like questions only. So first question is, let's say I give you A solid plus B aqueous gives C aqueous plus D gas. Okay, my question is, first, if A is added, second, if B is added, third, if C is added, and fourth, if D is added, if D is removed. You have to tell me what will happen to the direction of reaction. You have 1 minute to answer the question. Please write your answers. Forward, forward, backward, backward. Okay, RK has given the answer already. Okay, other people? Forward, forward, backward, backward is the answer of RK. Last is forward. Okay, so your answer is forward, forward, backward, forward. Okay. FFBF is what is Mudit saying. Okay, Mudit, point taken. FFBF, Tanya. Okay, FFBB, forward, forward, backward, forward. Okay. So let's see what is the right answer to this question. Let's see. If A is added, no effect. Why no effect? Because it is solid, and activity of solid is 1. So no effect of addition or removal of any solid. Okay, mistake. Yeah, so I know this is a common mistake. That's the reason I'm saying this is going to be one mistake which everyone does. If B is added, the reaction will go in a direction where B decreases because you are adding B. So if the reaction will go in the direction such that B decreases, it will go in the forward direction. So this is forward. If C is removed, reaction will go in a direction such that C increases. C is added, sorry. So C decreases. So the reaction will go in backward direction. No worries. Don't repeat the mistake now. If D is removed, the reaction will go in a direction such that D is formed or D increases. So it will go in the forward direction. So I think others are right, forward, backward, forward. Only the first part is basically incorrect. I think it is clear to everyone. Yes or no? Is it clear to everyone? Shall we proceed? Okay. Okay, what is the effect of pressure? Pressure is proportional to moles. Remember this, and you will be able to solve all the questions related to this. So there are going to be 3 cases. Case 1, if delta Ng is greater than 0. Case 2, delta Ng equal to 0. Case 3, delta Ng less than 0. So for example, in this case, let's say A gas gives 2B gas is given to you. So if I increase the pressure, the reaction will go in a direction where pressure decreases. Yes or no? According to Le-Chatelier principle, if I am increasing the pressure, the reaction will go in a direction where pressure decreases. Now pressure decreases where moles decreases. Now here there is 1 mole, there is 2 moles. So basically reaction will go in the backward direction. Yes or no? Let's try again. If pressure decreases, according to Le-Chatelier principle, reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases or where moles increases or forward direction. Straightforward. Suppose I take this case, 2A gas gives B gas. If pressure increases, according to Le-Chatelier principle, the reaction will go in a direction where pressure decreases or where moles decreases or forward direction. Simple enough. If I decrease the pressure, the reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases or where moles increases or backward direction. Simple enough. Yes or no? In this case, A gas giving you B gas. Can I say that delta Ng is equal to 0? Yes, it is already mentioned. So what will happen? No effect on equilibrium due to change in pressure. Is the effect of pressure clear? Yes or no? Is the effect of pressure clear to everyone? Okay. Suppose I give you the effect of volume. So for volume, remember, first find the relation of volume to pressure. So volume is inversely proportional to pressure, and then play with pressure just like you did before, pressure proportional to moles. So I'll just give you an example. Case 1, delta Ng greater than 0. Case 2, delta Ng equal to 0. Delta Ng less than 0. So if delta Ng is greater than 0, for example, A gas gives 2B gas. Okay. So if I increase the volume, what is first step? To see the effect on pressure. So if I increase the volume, I decrease the pressure. So according to Le-Chatelier principle, the reaction will go in the direction where pressure increases or where moles increases or forward direction. Simple enough. Let's try again. If I decrease the volume, then the pressure increases instantaneously. So the reaction will go in a direction according to Le-Chatelier principle where pressure decreases or where moles decreases or backward. Similarly, if I give you 2A gas gives B gas, let's say this is the reaction. So if the volume increases, then the pressure decreases. So the reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases or where moles increases or backward direction. Simple enough. Similarly, if the volume decreases, instantaneously pressure increases. So reaction will go in a direction where pressure decreases or where moles decreases or forward direction. Simple enough. What will happen in this case? Let's say I give you A gas gives B gas. What will happen in this case? No effect of volume change. Are we clear? Effect of temperature, effect of pressure, is it clear to everyone? Yes or no? Perfect, perfect, perfect. The next thing which I am asking you is this. Effect of temperature. So I am giving you a small trick. Temperature is more on the side where heat is written. Remember this. This is a trick. So for example, if I give you exothermic reaction, it is going to be A giving you B plus heat, and for this case delta H is negative. Similarly, if I give you endothermic reaction, delta H is positive. So I can say A plus heat gives B. So for example, if I increase the temperature, reaction will go in a direction where temperature decreases, where the temperature will be less when there is no heat return. So that will be in the backward direction. Simple enough. If I decrease the temperature, reaction will go in a direction where temperature is more, where heat is written. So basically I can say forward direction. Simple enough. Similarly, if I take this example, can you tell me what will happen? If temperature will increase, reaction will go in a direction where temperature decreases. Temperature will decrease where there is no heat return, so forward direction. Temperature decreases, reaction will go the direction in which temperature increases, or where the heat is written, or backward direction. Are we clear? Is this clear to everyone? So you know the effect of pressure, temperature, volume, addition or subtraction of things. Now there are some special things which we are going to study. So for example, addition of inert gas on constant volume. So let's try and understand this. A gives B. Suppose this is the equation. Okay. So if A gives B is the equilibrium, at t equal to 0, let's say you have A moles, this will be 0. At t equal to T equilibrium, this will be A minus X, X, X. Let's say the pressure is P, volume is V. So this be A minus X by V, A minus X by V. Yes or no? Now let's say I add an inert gas. Let's say I add helium. So this will be now A gives B. This is A0. At t equal to T equilibrium, it will be still A minus X, X, X. I am keeping the volume to be same. Obviously this pressure P dash will increase. P dash will be greater than P. But will anything happen to the equilibrium? Is there anything changing at the equilibrium? Tell me. Is there anything which is changing at the equilibrium? Previously and finally, are the equilibrium still the same? So don't look at what is happening to the box. Just look at what is happening to this equilibrium. This equilibrium is same. So can I say that if you're adding inert gas at constant volume, no change or no effect on equilibrium? Yes or no? Is this clear to all of you? Is this clear to all of you? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good job, MG. But suppose I change a small thing. I am adding the gas at constant pressure. So if I want the pressure to be constant, then I have to increase the volume, right? So let's say initially this is A gives B. At t equal to 0, this is A0. At t equal to T equilibrium, this will be A minus X, X. Let's say pressure is P, this is V. So I want this to be this. Yes or no? But now I know I need the pressure to be P, and let's say I'm adding helium. So obviously I have to increase the volume, right? Because I need the pressure to be constant. So this will be A minus X X, but yes, this V dash will change. So what will be V dash? V dash definitely will be greater than V. So can you see that these equilibrium concentrations are changing? They are not same. Yes or no? Can we see that the equilibrium concentrations are changing? Yes, they are changing. So basically, can I say that this effect as same effect as increasing volume? So for example, if I have a case in which delta Ng is greater than 0, or delta Ng is equal to 0, or delta Ng is less than 0, it is same as, for example, I give you this question: A gas gives 2B gas, and I am asking you find the effect of addition of inert gas at equilibrium at constant pressure. So what I will say, it is same as increasing the volume. So if I am increasing the volume, I am decreasing the pressure. So the reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases, or where moles increases, or forward direction. So the answer to this will be the reaction goes in the forward direction, because the effect is same as increasing the volume. What will happen in this case? Let's say I give you A gas gives B gas. So increasing the volume will not change anything, so no effect in this case. In this case, if I say 2A gas gives B gas, what will happen in this case? What will happen in this case? If volume increases, pressure decreases, so the reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases, or where moles increases, or backward direction. Is this clear to everyone now? If I ask you any question on Leach-Atelier principle, will you be able to solve it? Okay. Now there are some special cases. For example, I'm just giving you an example. Let's say I'm giving you carbon graphite gives you carbon diamond. Okay. I will give you a question. Just wait, DK. This is the question. Okay. Solve this question for me. Delta H is positive. Okay. My question is formation of diamond from graphite is favored at A, high pressure, high temperature, B, low pressure, high temperature, C, low pressure, low temperature, D, high pressure, low temperature. Okay. Can you tell me the answer to this question? DG, I am pretty loud. You can actually use the mic on your end. I think I'm audible to everyone, right? Guys, Ansh is saying the answer is D. DK is saying the answer is B. BD is saying the answer is D. So let's solve for temperature. Temperature is pretty straightforward. So I can say it is plus heat here. So if I increase the temperature, the reaction will go in a direction where heat is not written, or temperature decreases, that is forward direction. So I want diamond to be formed. So I want high temperature for sure. Yes or no? Now both of them are solids. So for solids, if pressure increases, reaction go to a direction where volume decreases. So let's say there are a lot of balls which are kept in front of you. If you try to press them, they will come closer to each other. So activity is 1 for both of them. So first of all, write the density. Density is less in this case, density is more in this case. So mass is same. So can I say volume is greater in this case and volume is less than this case? So first find the volumes. Now you say that for activity equal to 1, if pressure increases, reaction will go in a direction where volume decreases. So can I say the reaction will go in forward direction? So can I say I need high pressure conditions? So that is the reason I can say high pressure and high temperature. Are we clear now, guys? Shall we do one more question like this? Shall we do one more question like this? Okay. Okay, let's do this question. I am giving you ice and I am saying that it is in equilibrium with water. Question is, melting of ice is favorable at A, high pressure, high temperature, B, low pressure, low temperature, C, high pressure, low temperature, D, low pressure, high temperature. Okay, your time starts now. Tell me the answer to this question. Lakshman is saying B, Balu is saying A, TP is saying A, TS is saying D, AG is saying D. Ansh is saying D. A very common mistake all of you are doing. Okay, all of you tell me your answers, then I will explain it to you. Okay, all of you are doing a very common mistake. Think what that mistake is. Think about it. Tanya is saying A. Yes. Yes, Tanya. Good. No, TP good. Tanya, your answer is right. Let's see what will happen in this case. Okay. First of all, can you tell me if you are melting ice, you are going to give heat. So this delta H is positive. It is endothermic. So I will say it is plus heat. So can I say that as temperature increases, the reaction will go in a direction where temperature is less. Temperature will be less when there is no heat return. So that will be forward direction. Yes or no? So I want high temperature for sure. This is common sense also. If I need to melt ice, I need to increase the temperature. Right? Now both of them has activity is equal to 1. So we have to find the density. Now this is a solid and this is a liquid. The density of solid has to be greater than liquid. Yes or no? But ice is lighter than water. One of the few cases in which density of liquid is greater than solid. That is the reason ice floats on water. So can I say density in this case is less, density in this case is more. So volume in this case is more, volume in this case is less. So if I ask you what will happen, if I increase the pressure, the reaction will go in a direction where if activity is 1, what I can say, where volume decreases or forward direction. So I can say I would like high pressure. So I can say it is high pressure and high temperature. Are we clear? Everyone? Shall we proceed? Shall we start with the questions, guys? All of you? All set? Ready with your pen and papers? Okay. Very clear, very clear, very clear. Perfect. Let's start with the questions. Let's start with the question. This is your first question. Your time starts now. Okay. Solve this question for me. Can you do a session in which you go through all the important concepts in physical and inorganic? Actually, what I'm doing right now is the same thing. I'm going through all the important concepts of the chapters which are important VS. Why don't you do one thing? In case you want to have a general idea about things, why don't you come tomorrow at 9 a.m.? I have a master class. You can ask me all these questions there. Yes, at high pressures, intermolecular force is significant, but for solids or gases, DG, your answer is valid only for gases. And we are not talking about like very, very, very high pressures. Okay. So answer is B according to DK. Let's check. Okay, first of all, is this question of ionic equilibrium or is it chemical equilibrium? Is this question of ionic equilibrium or chemical equilibrium? Chemical. Okay, tell me the answer then, guys. Only DK has given the answer so far. What about others? Write your answer, write your name. Tell me what will be the answer. No, I don't think it is common ion effect here. No, not required. Tanya is saying answer is B. Okay. So for example, if I say PbCl2, this is a solid, it precipitates, right? It gives you Pb2 plus 2Cl minus. So the equilibrium constant will be Ksp, which is given to you as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 5. This is nothing but the equilibrium constant of the reaction. If I ask you what is reaction quotient Q, so the reaction quotient Q is nothing but the ionic product, but the reaction quotient will be Pb2 plus into Cl minus square. Now what will be the value of Pb2 plus? I am saying the moles of Pb2 plus will be 300 into 0.134 millimoles upon the final volume is 400. Similarly, this will be 100 into 0.4 upon the final volume, which is 400. So this is nothing but 0.1. So can I say that this value is 3 by 4 into 0.134 into 0.1 into 0.1? So this is nothing but 0.7 approximately. So if I ask you what is the value of 0.134 into 0.75, this will be 0.1. So this is approximately 10 to the power of minus 3. Now can I say that Q is greater than Ksp? So is the answer A? Simple. Yes or no? Tanya, is it a difficult question? DK, Tanya, other people, is it a difficult question to solve? No. It is not a difficult question to solve. But people get scared just by looking at Ksp. People think it is ionic and they will leave the question. It is not a difficult question at all. Right? Let's do the next question now. Okay, all set? All set, guys? Moving on to the next question. Okay, this is your next question. This is your next question. What is the role of NO3? Nothing. I just want to find what is Pb2 plus, which I am getting, right? And NaCl, I just need to find the concentration of Cl minus. That's it. Ag, other than that, nothing is required. Okay, I just solve for this question. This is your equilibrium. This is your equilibrium. And this is your equilibrium. Solve for this question. Write the answer, write your name. Yes. This question, if anyone is doing wrong, he has to write sorry 10 times. B. MG, what is your name? Tarun is saying B. Tanya is saying B. Ansh is saying B. Dipanshu is saying B. Jawahar is saying B. Mudit is saying B. So, if I write the first equation, what is the first equation? A gives B plus C. DG, you are saying C. Okay, let's see. This is K equilibrium 1. Second equation is B plus C gives P. This is K equilibrium 2. If I say what is the third equation is A gives B. So can I say equation 3 is nothing but 1 plus 2. So can I say if this is K3, can I say K3 is nothing but K1 into K2? So your answer will be B. Yes, DG, essay, write sorry. DG, essay, write sorry. You have done a very simple mistake. See, these questions are not difficult, but you have to make sure that you score in these questions at least. Okay, write sorry and do not commit the same mistakes again. Okay. Shall we move on to the next question? Shall we move on to the next question, guys? All set? All ready? Okay. Okay. This is your next question. Okay. Tell me your answer. DG is writing sorry 10 times. You should. Tarun is saying the answer is C. Okay. Tarun is saying that the answer is C for this question. What about other people? Ansh is saying that the answer is C. Okay. Jawahar is saying C. Khush is saying B. Tanya is saying C. I guess D. Okay, let's see. See this first mistake. This is not concentration versus time. If it was concentration versus time, the answer could have been B, C and D. This is rate versus time. So at equilibrium, there is only one thing which I have already covered, that rate of forward reaction has to be equal to rate of backward reaction. Yes or no? So the answer has to be C only. Are we clear? No, the video is not stopped, Jay. Just refresh. Are we clear, guys? Don't do these kind of mistakes, okay? Shall we move on to the next question? Okay, try and solve this question. Tell me your answers. Mudit is saying the answer is B. Okay. Tanya is saying B. RP is saying D. TP is saying B. Ansh is saying D. DK is saying B. Tanya is changing the answer to D. Rakshit D. SA D. Balu B. It's a very straightforward question, right? Very straightforward question. Let's see. Kp is equal to Kc into RT to the power of delta Ng. So this will be Kc into RT to the power of minus half. Read it as Kc, not Kp. So Kc will be Kp into RT to the power of half. So answer is D for Delhi. So whosoever has written B, write sorry 10 times. Quickly. Whosoever has written B as the answer, please write sorry 10 times. See what happened when, so these are all real JEE mains questions, right? So when this paper happened, a lot of people wrote B as the answer. But the right answer was D for Delhi, because they write Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power of delta Ng. Delta Ng is minus half. So they wrote the answer as Kp is equal to Kc. So see, these are gifts. You cannot miss these gifts. Just because you were, you had a concentration lapse, this should not happen. People are writing sorry in 10. BD is the only one who has honestly written sorry 10 times. So when I am asking you to write sorry 10 times, make sure that you remember why are you writing it. Okay, so you don't repeat these mistakes. Okay, next question. This is your next question. Tell me the answer to this question. Okay. Sorry, DG. No, that time I saw, not for this question. Okay, tell me the answer for this question. Option B, Rakshit. Okay, Rakshit is saying that the answer is B. Jawahar is saying that the answer is B. Ansh is saying the answer is B. Mudit is saying the answer is B. TP is saying that the answer is B. What about other people? What is the answer you are getting? So pretty straightforward question, this one. Tanya is saying B, right? So if the first equation is N2 plus 3H2 gives 2 ammonia, and the K for this is 64. The second equation, if I say it is ammonia giving you half N2 plus 3 by 2H2. What will be the K? If it is K1, this is K2. What is K2? So can I say that 2 is nothing but you reverse 1 and multiply it by half? So I can say 2 is nothing but K2. What is reverse? Reverse means 1 by K1, and minus half means to the power of half. So this will be 1 by 8. Answer is B for Bombay. B is the right answer. Good job, guys. Essay, gift, essay, gift. Okay, next question. Next question. What is the answer to this? This is at constant volume. Okay. Tell me the answer to this question, all of you. What is the answer to this question, guys? TP is saying that the answer is D. Okay. What about other people? Tanya is saying that the answer is A. Okay. Okay. Rakshit is saying that the answer is B. Okay, so we have three different answers so far: D, A, and B. Let's see what other people are getting the answer as. Mudit is saying the answer is A. Ansh is saying that the answer is D. Okay, let's check. Khush is saying that the answer is A. So first of all, if temperature is decreased, the reaction will go in a direction where temperature increases. Okay, so basically it is endothermic, so it will be heat here, so it will go in the backward direction. Yes or no? Is this clear? And if I am adding N2, will N2 react with this? No. So it is effectively adding inert gas at constant volume. This will have no effect. So the answer to this question will be A for Ahmedabad. So we just did Le-Chatelier's principle. This is exactly the same concept of Le-Chatelier principle. Are we clear now? Are we clear? Any doubts? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, tell me the answer to this question. This is also gas. Tell me the answer to this question. No. You are adding inert gas at constant volume. Pressure of the overall system will increase. The equilibrium will not be impacted. AG, I think you have joined late. This is one concept which I have already covered. If you add any inert gas at constant volume, there will be no pressure. There will be no change in the equilibrium. Pressure, obviously, overall pressure will increase. Option B, Rakshit is saying that option B will be the answer. Tanya is saying C, TP is saying B. Okay. Anyone else? What is the answer to this question? Mudit is saying A. Okay. See, basically I'm increasing the volume. So in the first case, if I increase the volume, instantaneously pressure decreases. So reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases or where moles increases. Moles are going to increase in the backward direction. So this reaction will go in the backward direction. So this will not be the right answer. If I say in case B, I am increasing the volume, so pressure decreases, so reaction will go in the direction where pressure increases or where moles increases. So basically this will go in forward direction. This can be the answer. If I say C, I will say volume increases, so pressure decreases, so reaction will go in a direction where pressure increases or where moles increases or backward direction. This cannot be the answer. Last but not the least, delta Ng is equal to 0. I can say no effect of volume. So the answer to this question is B for Bombay. So Mudit, Khush, Jawahar, Tanya, TP is right, rest all incorrect. Question, you didn't read the question fully, Mudit, that's not correct. RP is also right. RP, good job. Moving on to the next question, guys, all set? This is your next question. Okay, tell me the answer to this question now. A solid XY is kept in an evacuated sealed container, undergoes decomposition to form a mixture of gas. I will just write the equilibrium for you guys. This is the equilibrium. Now start solving for this. What will be the answer to this question? A. RP is saying that the answer is A. Okay. Dipanshu is saying that the answer is A. Tanya is saying that the answer is A. TP is saying that the answer is D. Okay. Tarun is saying that the answer is D. So how do we solve such a question? How do we solve such a question? So at t equal to 0, both of them are not present. At t equal to T equilibrium, let's say the pressure of this is P. So this will also be P. So can I say that total pressure at equilibrium is equal to pressure of X plus pressure of Y? So can I say that this is nothing but P plus P, which is 2P, and this is given to you as 10. So can I say that the value of P is 5? So if I ask you what is Kp, Kp is pressure of X into pressure of Y at equilibrium. So this will be 5 into 5. So can I say it is nothing but 25? Is it a very difficult question to handle? Is it a very difficult question to handle? Tell me. Pretty straightforward question, right? Jawahar, SH, TP, rest all, RP, DK, Tanya, Tarun, Dipanshu. Good job, guys. Next question. Can you solve this question for me? D. Rakshit, Tanya, Tarun are saying that the answer is D. Ansh is saying that the answer is D. Mudit is saying that the answer is D. Yes, D is the right answer. Kp is equal to Kc RT to the power of delta Ng. What is delta Ng? RT to the power of minus half. So I can say X is equal to minus half. So this is a real JEE question. Is it not simple? So there will be a lot of gifts in every paper. Make sure that you grab those gifts. Don't miss on those. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Can you solve this question for me? Can you solve this question for me? Yes, what will be the answer to this question? There is a difference. Yes, this is going to be much more deeper. VS. If you are very thorough with the concept, don't come. In case you need some clarity or depth, definitely it is going to be much more in depth. Okay. The idea is whatever we have done in the first paper, okay, we have to improve on that. Yes, guys, what is the answer on this question? A. Ansh is saying that the answer is A. Okay, let's see Ansh. Rakshit is saying that the answer is D. Let's see Rakshit. Yes. So how do we solve this question? How do we solve this question? You need more time, guys. You need more time for this. Please try and solve this question. A. Okay. So RP is saying that the answer is A. Mudit is saying 1 minute. Okay, solve for me. A, I guess. Tanya is saying A. Okay, let's check. RP, in case you are partially correct, you will not get the marks. Okay, 100% A. DK is pretty sure. Okay, let's solve. Let's solve. A. Mudit is also saying A. Let's solve. So I can say delta G naught is minus RT ln K. Okay. So can I say that this value is 2494.2 and this R is 8.314 and this T is 300. So what I will get is ln K is equal to minus 1. So k is equal to e to the power of minus 1. So I will say it is 1 by e. So it is 1 by 2.718. Yes or no? What will be the value of q? Q will be b into c upon a square. So this will be half. Sorry, this will be 2 into half upon what is this? This is half square. So this will be 4. So can I say that q greater than k? So if q is greater than k, can I say the reaction will go in the backward direction? So the answer for this question will be A. A is the right answer. Good job, guys. Very good. Very good. Rakshit. Rakshit, what happened? AG, good job. Proud of you. Can you solve this question for me now, guys? Tell me what will be the answer. Tell me the answer for this question. Let's see who gets this question correct. Okay. Tell me the answer of this question. Mudit is saying that the answer is A. Okay. RR is saying that the answer is C. Okay. DK is saying that the answer is B. TP is saying that the answer is C. Tanya is saying that the answer is C. Okay. Think about it. There is something which might be missed. Mudit is saying the answer is C. Rakshit is saying that the answer is C. Okay. I change. Okay. What is the change, Mudit? A. SH is saying that the answer is C. Okay. People are now changing the answers. Okay. BD, Balu is saying A, Mudit is saying A, JB is saying D. Okay, we have a new option now, D. No idea. Let's check. See, if I take the equation of water, one thing is for sure, I am breaking it. So if I am breaking it, I have to give energy. So delta H is positive. So I am giving heat. Yes or no? So this is incorrect for sure. It is not exothermic. Now, according to Le-Chatelier principle, if I increase the temperature, reaction will go in a direction where temperature is less. Yes or no? So can I say it will go in the forward direction? If it will go in the forward direction, can I say the value of H plus will increase? Value of OH minus will increase. But what is pH? pH is minus log of H plus. And what is POH? It is minus log of OH minus. So can I say if H plus increases, can I say that this implies pH will decrease and this implies that POH will decrease? Yes or no? So will the pH of water increase? No, it will decrease on increasing temperature. So both of them are incorrect. This is also incorrect. Very good question from JE. Now I will tell you a fact. Last year, I was telling my students that this is a very good question. Actually, it is in my notes also. Okay. And this was something which they have asked in way back in JE Advanced. Okay, as a subjective problem. and this question came in 2020. So understand one thing: whenever any teacher gives you any concepts or gives you any notes, revising those notes is very, 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 very important, because you will have questions which are directly from your notes. So JB, you are the one who has given the right answer. Okay. One thing which I understood is, over the years, JE is not playing with the minds of people. JE is not playing with the minds of people by giving them difficult questions. They never actually give difficult questions. They give you questions in which you will get the answer and you will get the wrong answer. So this is not a difficult question. You just have to think for that extra second. So whenever you are sharp and you are putting in your 100% concentration, you have the temperament to go and invest your time for that extra second, or think for that extra second. And that extra second, if you see today, all the questions are very, very easy, but still not anyone has got 100 out of 100 even in the paper today. Yes, if someone has, then it's a very good thing. So try and understand that when a paper comes, it is not important that you are able to do all the questions correctly, but it is important that you are able to complete all the questions which are easy. The difficult questions will not affect your rank. So I hope all of you enjoyed the lecture today, and now you will revise it. We will have ionic equilibrium as equilibrium 2 on Monday, okay, at 3 p.m. I'll see all of you then. One more thing which I want to emphasize on is, once this class is finished, okay, make sure that you revise whatever is being taught. It is definitely important that so yes, the next lecture will be on ionic equilibrium, but before that we will meet tomorrow at 9 a.m. okay. We will just have some discussions, just have some heart-to-heart discussions about how life is, okay, and how we can manage these tough times. Every student has these times in which they are clueless, they are having some kind of nervous issues, panic attacks, and we will enjoy a lot in every class TP for sure, and we will also make sure that we give our best effort. Okay, so I hope all of you had great fun today. Please revise before coming for the next class for ionic equilibrium. I'll see you again. Till then, happy learning.
For detailed videos, daily practice problems and live chat, visit academy.amazon.in or download the app.